is how it is. You're trying to do a project and you have it all planned out and you think, surely nothing can go wrong. Surely we've got this whole thing figured out. Today is goat area day, but with goat area day comes problems day. This is how it is. You're trying to do a project and you have it all planned out and you think, surely nothing can go wrong. Surely we've got this whole thing figured out. Oh my gosh. Yesterday was a bit of a fiasco, honestly. I don't even know what to say. It was frustrating because we had these guys coming to do the fence, and our experience with having people come work on our property is that we have to watch them while they work so that they make sure and do things the way that we want it done, right? So Kevin was out here helping them, watching them, making sure things were going okay, and they kept messing up on stuff, you know, like things weren't level or they were gonna cut some of the pipes too short. Eventually, the owner got mad at us and said that we shouldn't be watching them do the work. They were irritated that we kept catching them when they were making a mistake, like big mistakes. Like they put all the poles in the ground and they had measured 6 inches too short on the tops and they were just about to cut them. And we were like, stop, that's too short, way too short. And so if we weren't out here to catch that, then they would have cut it short. So I don't know what he wanted us to do, just leave him out here and let him do the job and then let him mess up on the job and then make them pull it all out and fix it again. So it was a bit of a day, but it is all finished, pretty much. And so now I'm gonna show you what was done. All right, so let's show you our goat area because it is pretty awesome. So when you come in, we have the two sections. We have this section over here. You can come in this gate. It shuts like a gate should shut. And this is going to be the main goat area right here. And I think it's plenty of space because we've got this pad up here for them to come up on, all this dirt. And then they've got this step down into this pasture area right here. It's not really a pasture, it's really just kind of a holding area.
When we have irrigation, it'll be like a little lake.
Yeah, and we get irrigation, so this is going to fill up with water when we irrigate our yard, and then they'll have this area to come up to. And so in this, where this pad is, we're going to build a goat house. So that's going to be the area that they can go up to and get shelter and shade. So for the most part, this is going to be the big area right here. So this is the main area. Fun little thing for them to climb on. Nice big space. And then if you remember, we made this smaller section. So we left it kind of open for a couple options. So in here, we've got this smaller.
That's where we keep the files.
Yeah, that's where we keep the goat files. No, we keep the we usually keep this in the milking area. We got to move this over. But this is where we keep all of our like supplies and stuff. They don't get dirty and everything. So this is the second area right here, and so it's smaller than the big area, but it's going to be good for two reasons. We'll either keep little babies in here when we're needing to separate from mom, or we'll keep the buck in here when we get a buck. Or we have the option to kind of maybe divide this in half. We might put a fence straight across from here, and so that we have two sections. Because this area is pretty decent for a buck right here where I'm standing in right now. So yeah, pretty good stuff. So I'm gonna answer the question that I know a lot of people are asking. Why is our fence so short? So you'll see online that a lot of people will say if you have goats, you need to have 5 or 6 foot tall fences. This is about 4 feet. And the reason why we did smaller fences is because we keep the smaller goats and they don't jump out of. We've had smaller fencing like this for years and we've never had problems. The only time that we've had goats be able to jump out of this is when there's been like something that they can jump up, maybe right here, that they can jump out of. So we decided to just go with this. If we ever run into the problem where a goat is climbing out, then we'll just add a little bit to the top, and we'll have something welded up on the top to make it a little bit taller. But for now, it's good. And Tilly's loving her goat area, aren't you? Sweet goat. You're a good climbing goat. They're gonna love this, man. They like to eat it, so they'll nibble on it. So one of the most frustrating things I think of all was that we had all the materials and we just wanted him to weld it together. That was it. And so we had the plans laid out, we discussed it with him, we had it all perfect, and then instead of him coming out, he sent some workers, which is fine, you know, but then as they were working on it, they were doing things wrong. When the owner called me, he kind of made a couple jabs at what we were doing, like just this little goat area, kind of stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't care if it's a freaking guinea pig area. If I ask you to build it a certain way, then I would like you to build it the way that I want to build it. You know, we're not asking for a deal. He gave us a quote, we were like, great, we'll pay that. So we were trying to figure out why he was getting so mad at us, especially since we weren't changing the project, we were just making sure it was done correctly. It was that it was level and that it was the right height and all that stuff. And Kevin pointed out to me that it wasn't as a lucrative job for him because we didn't have him buy the materials, we bought the materials. So maybe that's true. It could have been that they are used to making a profit off of the materials, and that could have been the reason why they were trying to do it fast, not really caring about the quality, and they were kind of like, seemed like they were irritated with us the whole time. So it doesn't look too bad, but it's off a few inches. So this end right here, do you see this corner? This is lower than this point right here. It goes down a little bit. This fence isn't level right here, so you can see it dips down right there. Not a big deal. Just some goats, right? So we're gonna move past that. We're gonna move on to the next fun thing that we're gonna do here, which is get it all prepared for the goats. So if you guys have any really fun goat housing houses that you think are really cute, we wanna do something really creative on that concrete pad right there. So that would be really helpful. If you guys thought of anything, we just want something really whimsical and fun. And then we're gonna also plant a couple shade trees. Since we lost that shade tree right there, we're gonna put a couple like one right there and one right here, I think, on the outside, so that we can get some more shade. We might put another one over here on this side as well. We want this place to be really shaded for them and not dry or hot. But it's pretty good, right? It looks really good. I'm excited. It's fun to have an area that we can put them away that's gonna be nice for when we have irrigation or when we're planting more seed in the pasture, that we have a place to put them. So, pretty good. Are you trying to see if they'll get to my blueberries? They can't get to them. Look at it. They can't even get their noses through there. And Luna can't even climb. Look at it. She's not even strong. Look at it. I think that's a little close. It's like 2 inches from her face. Well, Penny definitely can't get it. That's why we're just gonna have these little goats. But I want it right here in the corner. Okay. Luna's so not athletic. There's no way. Okay, let's see. Here she goes. See? She can't even get her bearings. She can't even like put her feet up to climb up.
Oh, she's stuck on the fence.
See, I told you. See, I know my goats, all right? I know that Luna is too lazy, no matter how hungry she is. She's not an athletic goat. She can't even put her foot up without getting it caught. And Penny's too little. Oh, Luna, you're our special goat, aren't you? Penny just wouldn't do it if I told her to, because Penny's so obedient. Huh, Penny? Oh, pin. Look at Minnie always wants to get in on it. Oh, look, here they go. Gonna fight over the leaves. We are gonna risk it. Aren't we, Luna? Well, she really wants it.
You think?
Oh my gosh, that goat.